Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Ooh. Is that? How does that look? Why does it seem like there's a delay? Huh. Oh, this is going to bug me. Is everything okay on your end? Everything should be okay. Hopefully everything's okay. I'm confused. Looks fine? Looks fine. Okay, if it looks fine. It's Tuesday! Sounds fine, looks fine, cool. I changed the cameras, like, of course, you know, just before going live. Hey, let's change everything. So I've got the A6300 out here with the Sigma 16. So hopefully it should look better out here now because it's 4K. I am really, wow. Oh, it crops in. I forgot the crop on here is more. I'm going to have to move this back. I'm going to have to move the desk back. Okay, one second. One second. I'm going to have to move this back. So the advantage of having the studio on wheels is, you know, if we need to change camera angles, like I need to be back further. I'm too close to the camera. The crop on this, because it's 4K, is a bit of a crop. So what I shall do is move all this out of the way. I'm fuzzy. Yeah, because it's focusing on that. And then we come over here. Clear all this out of the way. It's back in about there. There we go. How's that? How's that? I can slide this over. There we go. Focus on me. I'm going to have to like go through all the settings on this camera too and change the focus point and everything. But life is fuzzy. Yeah, it is. It do be how it is, though. It do be how it is. I forgot this camera, because it's 4K and it's the same APS-C sensor, there's like a 1.2 crop or something on it. So, you know, this is the same lens and the same sensor. It is what it is. How's everyone doing today? Let's get the music going. Let's get the... Yes, so today's stream... Let me get my keyboard back so I can actually control this. Today we are going to pretend that what happened at the end of the last stream didn't happen. So as you can see from this wonderfully example diagram, our belts are firmly attached to our XY motion system. Our belts are firmly attached to our tool head in a method and manner in which they will not fall out. That never happened last stream. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I need to get my extension cable. Shoot. I did some more barbecuing, so I don't have my extension cable. Shit. I've got to have an extension cable. It's a garage. I've got to have an extension cable in the garage. Oh, bloody hell. You're going to make me go over here? Oh, my God. Crawl over the bikes. Crawl over the lawnmower. Really? Crawling over the lawnmower. That's that. That's that. There we go. Oh, my. Bloody hell. Ugh, come on. Come on. So I have this nice little extension cable that I use to when I plug in printers. The problem is I steal that cable all the time whenever I use like the rotisserie on my grill, because it's a nice short extension cable. So instead, there we go. Okay, what's really, there's two cables here. Oh, okay, so there's two cables. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just plug one in, and whatever end the other one powers up is the one we're going to use. Does that work? That works for me. Does that work for you? Hopefully. I'm assuming this one. Power on. Okay, not that one. This one? Power on. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now my hands are all... You ever have that where like you pick up something that's like really like dusty and then your hands got like that? Like I could feel like I could climb a wall right now. Quick question, what is your overall opinion of the Chaotic Lab Carbon Fiber XY Gantry? We haven't got the printer printing yet. I did reach out to Big Tree Tech. The stuff is on the way, apparently. It just hasn't showed up yet. So I haven't actually printed with them, but I have carbon fiber custom AB motor mounts in V226. I won't say they're any better than the printed ones. They're lighter and they look cool, but are they functionally better? I forgot to bring the feet. I got the feet downstairs. What is the screen mount? This is whatever the stock one is for this kit. So for those that don't know, this is a VZBot 330. This was built using a Mellow kit from print3dshop.org. Link for them in the video description. Go check them out. They were kind enough to send this kit over for testing and evaluation for this video series. This is not a sponsored video series. I'm not being paid. Words and opinions are my own, but the least you can do is at least go and check them out. Link in the description. If you are somewhat interested in building one of these. This was a fun build. We're not done. This is not the last one, but what we're gonna do, how I usually build these printers is I get the printer up and functional, and then I go through and then panel it after. So as you can see, there's supposed to be a whole enclosure for this with side curtain fans. I'm not putting any of that on until I get this up and running for a bit to make sure everything is good. It's been a hot minute since I've built a printer completely from scratch with my own wiring and everything. And this does have some funkiness to it in terms of the way it's wired. We still have to get the fans working. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's get those fans working. So instead of going through and enclosing this printer up and sealing it all up and making sure like the wire management looks pretty, we're gonna put some hours on it first, make sure everything's kind of hunky-dory, and then we're gonna go and panel it up. Yeah, the blue tape, yeah, the blue tape for wire management, that's totally part of the build. Yeah, yeah. And don't forget, every stream we do give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the video description for that, so enter for your chance. And then also don't forget, Friday is the community challenge stream. So every month we do an open community contest. This month it's Halloween themed, so costumes, props, cosplay, that sort of thing. Anyone can enter, anyone can win. Join the Discord, enter for your chance. Again, that will be Friday stream at 11 a.m. Entries close, so still got time. Hurry up, get in there. And then also, today is Tuesday, so Thursday will be the members only live stream. So if you are a Patreon supporter or a YouTube member of the channel, or you were lucky and somebody gifted you one, Thursday there will be a stream that's only for channel supporters. Usually we do something that I normally don't do on a stream, either just a QA hanging out, we play video games. It's stuff I normally wouldn't do on the channel, and it's just kind of like a little, you know, I gotta do something for you. So what do we got to do? We got this up, so let me just, you know, home all, make sure this actually, you know, works. We do appear to be good, appearingly. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, come on. Come on. You could do it. You could do it. I believe in you. I believe. Huzzah! It lives. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so we got to get the fans going. So I contacted Steve And I wanted to know how they did it, him and ModBot, because they built VZBots too, but they built the 235, which is the smaller one. And I wanted to see how they did the controller fans. So for those wondering, we have 5160s on the back of here, which are high voltage drivers. They need active cooling. So I guess they just plugged them into the 12 volt port on the driver. So they're just on all the time. I guess they're kind of quiet, so it's not really a huge deal. But I kind of don't want that. I don't like always on fans because it kills your fan. Your fans you can only rip them so many times before they go bleh. Especially cheap fans. So you kind of, in my opinion, you really only want fans on when they have to be on. Gary gifted 1 community membership. Cheers. Yeah, they should only be on when the driver's on. So, let's see, connected driver is Super 8, or if you want. So this would be it. Generic fame. Because usually with Clipper, oh, wrong button. Let me see if I can find it here. Well, I gotta have one of these printers online. Toasty Boy? Is Toasty Boy online? Toasty Boy's online. There we go. Printer.cfg. Yeah. So you have this right here, controller fan, okay? And basically, this fan, as soon as the motors kick on, this fan kicks on. So basically, that's kind of what I want to add to this, is just a controller fan. So, is there a controller fan? Yep, there is a controller fan there. So I'm just going to get rid of all that because I don't like the way that's worded. Okay, so for this guy, how it works, mellow, fly, super, 8, out. Over the fan port. Well, Jeremy, how I have it set up is basically these fan headers right here, which let me double check which ones I'm using. I'm using fan header 1, 3, 5, and 7. Okay. Or the bed. This is when the bed turns on, actually. When the bed turns on, it turns the controller fan on. I think that's how we do it. Which you're pretty much always going to have your bed on anyway. So anytime the bed's above 45, the controller fan's on. Check the Discord. Oh, there we go. Multi-pin controller fans. There we go. Somebody hooked me up with a second here. It's on the Discord, so I can't show Discord on screen. Okay. So as you can see here, multi-pin controller. So pins PA1, 3, PB11, PB12, which are PA1, PA3, PB11, PB12. So that's a multi-pin, and it's tied to the heater. So basically, anytime the bed is on, your controller fans are on. So we ain't printing PLA on blue tape here. We do that sometimes, but not all the time. So basically for this, the way we have it set up is anytime this bed is on, those controller fans should be on. So if we're homing the machine doing a single move, you know, they shouldn't kick on. Okay. Oh, they do kick on. Okay. Well, it's a controller pin. They might have changed it. But basically, anytime it's doing stuff, the fan's on. So the fan's on right now. And they are not loud. They are not loud fans. Okay. So now we should be able to print. So let me heat this up. Are all these good? Yeah, all these camera angles are good. I'm surprised these are good. Look at, we got 4K. You know, this is 1080p. I got to go through and change all my settings. Why not time all? Because Clipper already has a controller pin, a controller fan. So by designating a controller fan, basically anytime you would need the fans on, it would turn on. Yeah, controller fan kicks on with stepper or heater. Yeah, so you tie it to a heater, you tie it to a stepper. If one or the other turns on, boom, goes. Which you want. It's what you really, really want. So we got ourselves some nice bright pink filament that we're gonna load back in the machine. So let's drop the bed and let's turn this hot end on to 220. We've got to load some filament in here. And today we're just printing because last stream we kind of, let's be honest, last stream with this printer was interesting. Yeah. So today we're just printing. Today we're just gonna have a grand old time. We're gonna melt some plastic, print some things. Nice and easy. We're just gonna make sure this printer actually works. I don't even know what we have loaded on here. I think it's just a Nero cube. Okay, so let's extrude some filament. There we go. Track 5. There we go. Okay. So, we already tried a cube last time. Let's try again. See what happens. I mean, worst comes to worst, we make a spaghetti. What kit it is? This is the Mellow kit. So by the way, right now I just have a 0.4 nozzle in it. It is a Goliath hot end, but it doesn't have a CHD or anything. But this is the Mellow kit with all the CNC parts, yes. Hopefully we don't have a belt go flying off this time, because that's what happened last time. Is the frame rate okay? I don't know. This is really tripping me up. Because on my preview, it's showing this as being a little stuttery. And I don't know why. And it's annoying me. Looks fine to me. Okay. It's like I've done it where like somebody will be complaining about audio or like the video or something during the stream. And then after the stream ends at like 2 in the morning, I'll go back and check the stream and it's like, oh, it's fine. And it's like, it's a you problem? Okay. Because actually, to be fair, I'm doing a big no-no. This camera's at 24 FPS. Normally it's 30. So I stream at 60 FPS, so it just doubles it up. This is at 24 FPS. So it doesn't double up equally into 60. I should be at 48 frames. But it's 24 because if I drop it to 30, I get an even bigger crop. And I got to move this desk back even more. The joys of a cropped sensor. Oh. Oh, it's waiting for the hot end to heat up. I think. Yeah, it's waiting for the hot end to heat up. Umbilical setup worth it on a V0? Eh, it's a really short wire run. So just ooze out all over the side, I guess. That is 60. We're waiting for the nozzle to stabilize. It overshot it. We did PID tune the hot end, but it's 230. Come down to 220. It overshot big time. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, I gotta drop that and set offset a bit. Oh. Okay, it's loud. It's a CPAP machine doing CPAP machine things. Okay, how am I going to do this? We haven't run input shaper on this yet. Mic audio is muffed. Yeah, it's going to be, I'm running some noise canceling to try and take care of the CPAP machine. Try with that one. I keep forgetting, I could put RTX voice on this. What speed do I have CPAP on? Whatever default is. 99%. Okay, we'll drop it down to 60. Lower it to 40? Okay. There we go. Oh my god, that's so much better. That is so much better. Oh. It's going to do this. It's going to ramp up every... Yeah. It's got auto fan on, so it's going to change the fan throughout the print, so it's going to keep ramping up to 100%. Oh. That's the wrong button. Okay, I kind of screwed up. I accidentally set extrusion to 40% instead of fan. So a couple layers are going to be a little under extruded. Yeah, see, every time I set it to 40% for fan, it'll ramp down, but then at the start of every layer, it ramps back up. Because we have it in the slicer set for max fan, right? Which normally you run max fan with PLA, but you know, this may be a louder printer. I'm calling it now. It's a little early to tell. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this might be a louder printer than the Bamboo. I'm wearing noise-canceling headphones right now. And it's loud. Yeah, I think this is louder than the bamboo. I mean, it's working. The CPAP machine is working overdrive. Continuous positive airway pressure. Yeah, there's a CPAP machine. Crank the speed up. How fast are we going? This is just default speed. I have no idea what the default speeds are. There's your speeds. There's your flow rate. The VZBot is the loudest printer. Well, it's got 4 motors. They're high voltage drivers, so they're going to be loud. The CPAP machine itself, plus it's a big machine, so you're going to have a ton of resonance, metal resonance. Like, these are going to resonate. I don't even have all the panels on it yet. I don't have the blowers on it yet. Like this, I'm missing these. These are still going to make noise. I haven't put these on yet. Yeah, this is a printer that's going to live in the garage. It is under extruding in the middle there. This is PLA, remember? PLA doesn't like high-speed printing. Hi, Steve. How you doing? Yeah, let me put on a more aggressive noise filter. So yeah, so when I talk, it's going to be a little muffled, but it should mean less crazy fan noise when I'm not talking. So. Yeah, speed equals loud. What am I going to talk about? Once you have about RCS on CPAP, you're good. What is RSCS? Yeah. Here, let me just fix. Okay? Okay. A muffler for the intake. I mean, you could just put, you know, anything, even that. You talked Fabrico into sending you a links kit. Oh, God. Well, hey, good news. I've got some good news. I can't show it here because it's got my shipping info. The Cocoa Press kit should be in tomorrow. If UPS doesn't shit the bed, the Cocoa Press kit should be in tomorrow. So I got to start printing parts for that. So we might pause this build series for a bit, because all we got to do is enclose it now. So I want to get some print hours on it before I enclose it, make sure everything's good. So it might be Cocoa Press Tuesdays going forward. Garage is not heated, so VZBot is definitely... Yeah, this is going to live in the garage. Right now in my garage, it's 15 Celsius. That's why I'm wearing the sweater. Coming from them, not me. Okay. Oh, they didn't bring a printer to the Orange County Maker Faire? Should be a few streams. Yeah, I'm not planning for it to be a lot of builds. I'm going to take it slow because there is no, like, there is a manual for it now, but there's no instructional video. So I'm going to try and take the build, be very detailed with my build of it. So if anyone's, like, following along, they can build it too. Like, I'm going to actually try and have the Cocoa Press build stream series be more of an actual build series than us shooting the shit while I build a printer, which is kind of what some of my series have become. The Cocoa Press one, wow, this is really loud. One second. Do I have it inside? Right up here? Oh no, the little guy has them. One second. There we go. Ah, there we go. Much better. There we go. Okay. But yeah, so the plan is for the Cocoa Press build series to be a bit more like actual just building. Because I'll probably be the first one to build one on YouTube. Unless somebody else who had a beta unit made a video series on it, which I didn't see. So I'm going to try to actually like make it a proper structured build series. So minimal shooting the shit like we normally do. Is Cocoa Press based on a Voron? It is a Voron. The Cocoa Press is a Voron. Like, let's be honest. Like, I don't know about you. But that is very Voron. Also, the fact that, you know, the manuals by the Voron team, Max, RCF, like a bunch of the CAD book for it. Yeah. So I got the kit, I got to print the parts still, and I bought a bunch of extra milk chocolate boards. I got to figure out what color to do it in. I don't know what color to do it in. Let's see if help. Yeah, so basically what happened, if you don't know the story, Ellie brought to Murph last year. Ellie brought the Cocoa Press that, like, the one that became this one, which was a V0. It was basically a stock V0 that had a custom chocolate tool head on it and a few other modifications. And then all the Voron team went over and went, yeah, we can make that look good. And thus, voila. Purple, orange. I don't know what color. This is purple. I just did a purple build. I'm trying to think, because I can get more filament from Polymaker if I don't have a specific color. But I don't know what color to do it in. I might do we might do an actual a poll on the Discord. If all goes well on the Friday printed chill stream, we'll unbox it and I'll do or actually no, Friday's the contest too. I don't know. I got to figure out the color. Maybe Saturday stream we'll figure out the color. Yeah. I kind of want to do something bright. My voice is a bit strange because I'm running a very heavy noise filter, so you don't hear the CPAP machine. Why do you think I'm wearing headphones on top of my noise-canceling earphones? Pink and blue. Reese's Pieces colors. Well, that's kind of pretty close to the stock colors for Cocoa Press. Like this is like the it's like an orange. It's like a not a bright orange, but like a muted orange, and chocolate color. I mean, you can get official the Cocoa Press like colors. I need to put here. Let me take care of this right now. Let me check. Right. Where is there you go. There we go. More betterer. But yeah, so if you want the Cocoa Press color, it's like, what is it? It's light red and brown, and then a dark red and brown, or something like that. So I don't know what color to print. I don't know what color to use. No, they're my impact headphones. These actually are electronic ear muffs. I use these when I used to do CP stuff. But they got a little. They might be dead because yeah, the little guy left them on. The little guy uses these. But they got a little switch. So you turn them off and they're just headphones or earbuds. But you turn them on and they have a mic that cuts out at like high frequency, so like gunshots. So you can actually hear people talking with these on because they've got a mic and speakers. You know, all I can hear is the CPAP machine. But when a loud bang goes off, it shuts off. So they're actually really nice rainbow. They're not as good as like proper full earmuffs. They don't like get in as much noise, but they're much more usable, I find. How does the CPAP? It blows hard and it's loud. Just lift them up. I have to get the NATO alphabet going. Why? Yeah, the cube's coming out pretty good. It's definitely under extruded. Like this is PLA. PLA at high speed is not a good thing. Needs a team look sticker. Break out the leaf blower. It's around here. Ah, here we go. Oh, I don't have it plugged in. Oh, wait. Wait, is this Craftsman? Oh, no, this is... There you Oh, wait, that's Milwaukee. That's Milwaukee battery. Where is my Craftsman battery? One second. Where's my Craftsman battery? Is it on the weed whacker? It's on the weed. Yeah, it's on the weed. Make me crawl back here over all this again. Ah! Dang it! Ow! 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 I hope you better like the smash button. That hurt. Ow! Dang it! Ah. All this for a stupid 2-second joke. Oh. I may have taken a chunk out of my leg on the garage door. Okay, so this is what you do now, right? Like, yeah. This is how you do speed benchies now, right? This counts for speed benchies? Is this good for speed benchies? Oh, power! We'll do a speed bench. Oh, it actually hurt it. We'll do a speed benchy after this. I'll load some ABS and we'll do a speed benchy. Someone's gonna do that. That's pretty much what people did at first. Before side curtain fans, like, go back and watch my video. I did a live stream back when speed benchies were actually kind of cool, and before everyone did them to death. We did a live stream where we did speed benchies for the first time, and I ended up taking a desk fan and pointing it at the printer because I needed more cooling. And then side curtain cooling became a thing. So this was before side curtain. I think it was 247 Printing was one of the first people to do side curtain, and then companies started doing it. Okay, it's done. I guess that's what it does when it's done. So it didn't do like any of the inner walls. It completely shit the bed when it came to like the middle stuff. Focus. Okay, it might not focus on. It might. Oh, it's gonna be set for over here. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it didn't do like. This came out okay, except for the under extruded area where I screwed up. That ain't bad. But it didn't do like anything there. I don't know if it's a slicer thing. We sliced this last stream. Let's fire up a Benchy. Let's fire up a normal Benchy. So let's clean off the bed. Orca slicer. I mean, it came out pretty good. A little under extruded, but it came out pretty good. I need to add arc functionality. Okay, how do I do that? Oh yeah, I gotta add that arc stuff I don't have. Machine. Start, stop, time lapse. We don't have time lapse. What is it? It's There's what is it? It's something with arc, and then I got to add. It's something else it was yelling at me about. I can't remember. Yeah, arc. Because all these G commands never did it. So how do I add arc functionality to Clipper? How is that? It requires G code arcs. That's it. That's it? You just add that? Okay. Yeah, and then time lapse, which we're not doing time lapse stuff. Okay. Prepare. We got the VZBot. So let's load up a Benchy, I guess. See how it actually does on a proper Benchy. Open a Benchy. Slice. So this is a 38-minute Benchy. So it's not generic PLA. Wait, I typed the wrong thing. One second. Oh, yeah, I forgot how to spell. G-code arcs. Surprised that didn't throw an error. What's that resolution? Do I need the resolution thing? What do you mean path? There we go. Okay. Okay, so we got our Benchy. Okay, so let's go into VZBot generic PLA. Fan. Cooling. Fan speed max. 40% fan speed. %, whatever. 40% fan speed. There we go. Bridging fan speed. Well, I want it to go up. I want high fan speed for bridging. Yeah, 50% there. There. Volumetric speed is 50 meters cubed a second. So we're okay there. We'll do a normal Benchy. A normal Benchy. See how this goes. I've got like little stringy bits of plah. Ah. Is this ASA? Yeah, we'll do a speed Benchy in that after. Ace 3D Prints. I suggest you post that in a Discord. Either like the Voron Discord or the Clipper Discord or something. This is an oozy boy. Yeah, this does ooze a little bit more than I'd prefer. By the way, you guys all see this? The Elegoo Orange Storm Giga. Mom, can we have V24? We have V24 at home. What is it? 800 by 800 by a meter. I don't even know where I'd put that. Yeah, a bunch of creators were tweeting about it, so I'm assuming some people got some. So I'm assuming Jesse probably got one because he does Elegoo stuff. I'm assuming Joel got one. They didn't reach out to me. At least let me check my emails. Elegoo. How do you spell Elegoo? Business. Oh. Oh no, it's the resin machine they sent last time. Okay. So it like did it not purge? I don't know what's going on here. Well, it's doing stuff. Where would I put it? Nah. That would be a floor printer. That is a floor printer. That printer sits on the floor. You do not put that on a bench. This is a printer that lives on the floor. That's why it's got leveling wheels. Yeah, the first layer shit. I know that. Going too fast. Also, for anyone complaining about it wobbling, it's on a desk that's on wheels. But the Elegoo machine, it's 800 by 800 by 1,000 print volume. So the machine is probably a good, that's 800, so that's probably another, that's 400, that's 200. So what, it's 1.2 meters by 1.2 meters by probably a 1.5 meters. So the machine's, that's a meter. So the machine's probably about this tall off the ground and probably about that big. So. Also, Orange Storm Giga. Really? What does that even mean? The machine could fit a small child. It could fit nearly a normal adult. Let me guess. And also, it ships with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. Actually, I have no idea. Does it? Let me check the website, please. Please tell me they actually have a website for it. It better ship with a 0.4 nozzle. I'm going to laugh so hard if it ships with a 0.4 nozzle. I don't think it does. It better not. Well, it better be high flow. It better be. It better be like. That's where like a water-cooled Goliath might actually be a little bit helpful. Although you don't need a water cooler. Let's be honest. And this print is probably going to pop off the bed. Yeah, it's not so bad with the lower CPAP. Like it's running at 40% for part cooling, and it's doing plenty fine job. Yeah, I can actually take my earmuffs off. Needs a pellet extruder. A machine that size, you're getting close to one in pellet. The reason you would want pellet extruder, honestly, a machine that size, is simply for how big of a thing you are printing. Filament, like a single kilogram of filament's not enough. Even the big spools. Like, even if you wanted to be, you know, you bust out the big boy, the 5 kilogram big boy, that's not enough for what you're printing in that. So what is this? PA6 glass fiber. Oh, cool. Probably use that for something. Set the speed higher. Okay. Speed, 150%. Go. I don't even know what our caps are. Max velocity, 2,500. Max XL, 10,000. Okay. So it should be able to boogie. Feels that need an MMU to deal with runout. I know. What is it with printers still defaulting to 0.4? It's been a while. The drawback is the normal. It is. Point 0.4 is the normal because it's the normal, and it just continues to be the normal because it's the normal. Remember, pretty much everything just copies, right? Most companies just see whatever the trend is and copies, right? So if everyone ships with a 0.4 nozzle, well, I guess we got to ship with a 0.4 nozzle. Like, personally, give me a hardened 0.5 on any machine and I'll be good for the most part. Give me a hardened 0.5 or a 0.6 and that most machines will work off that. Because if you're running hardened nozzles, in my opinion, you should be running a 0.6. 0.4 with materials that need a hardened nozzle, a 0.4 nozzle, you're running the risk of clogs. Because usually you got stuff in your filament, carbon fiber or whatever, metal fill. You kind of want to use a bigger nozzle, in my opinion. A 0.5 or a 0.6 even, hardened nozzle. Printer go burr. Yep, printer is going burr-burtacularly. This machine's going to get a 0.6. This machine's going to get a 0.6. It might get the 0.6 CHT that I have in Tallboy right now. But yeah, this machine's asking for a bigger nozzle. Because it's hilarious that this has more build volume than Tallboy. So now that Tallboy isn't even Tallboy anymore. This has more tall to it than Tallboy. This has a true 400 millimeters of Z. Tallboy can travel 400, but it can't print 400 because it crashes up top. So it's only got like 390, 385, 390. This actually does 400. So this has more Z than Tallboy. So I can't call Tallboy Tallboy anymore because it's not Tallboy. Taller boy. So, yeah, this would be a helmet printer. This would be a helmet printer for sure. I mean, it's what, 330 by 330 by 400. My Mando helmet printed on a 300. So if you're wondering how much room you need, this printed on a 300 V2 as is. Obviously, with the earpieces are glued. These are glued on. But like the actual helmet was printed one piece on a 300. So if you're wondering how big you need to print a helmet, anything over 300 will print a helmet. Some of the small, like there are some helmets you can print on like 250 machines in one piece, but not many. Most of them require multiple pieces. So. Stare into the light. You disable the noise canceling for 10 seconds? Yeah, sure. Filters. And mute the music. No noise canceling, no compression. Mic is right here if you're wondering. This is at 40% CPAP. not, yeah, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. You don't even hear, like, now I understand. Steve's like, I just have the fans on all the time. He's like, once the machine's running, you don't even know. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. Drivers are cool to the touch. That's good. I will say the tool head's nice. It is a nice tool head. Obviously, it's machine, but it's a nice tool head. I'm not a huge fan of the way the belts are mounted. I'm not a fan of that mechanism. I prefer actual, like, I prefer actual, like, actual clamps for belts mounting, not, you know, having to rely on folding the belt over a piece of filament and hoping it just kind of stays in there, because I've already had it fail once. And believe me, it's not fun to fix, because you have to, like, stretch the belt in and, like, loop it, put the piece of filament in and shove it out, and you've already trimmed it. So if you have to rebelt one of these, it kind of sucks. I prefer actual clamps. The clamps! But it do make plastic boat. So, hey, only 11 streams. So what, 30 plus hours of building to get to this point. So make sure you like the smash button. If you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, check out the links in the description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel, or consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, gifting memberships to others, etc. It do look like a boat, though. It is warping, because the first layer was kind of shit. But it do be doing its thing. How are the motors, by the way? Oh. Barely above room temperature. Barely above room temperature. Yeah. Oh, extruder is fine. All the motors are fine. Yes, we will enclose this, but I'm gonna print some big things like this, I think. Like, I've got some PETG. I think I'm gonna print some big stuff out of PETG, or just print something big for a bit. Do like, this will be on like Christmas tree duty for a bit. I want to get hours on this machine before we enclose it. I want to make sure everything's good and running when I can easily adjust and tweak stuff before enclosing it up. So that's why we're just doing some PLA printing right now. And I got to put the feet on it, which are downstairs. With the speed, would ABS even have time to warp before the parts? You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. Once it's enclosed, not so bad, but yeah. Amount of part cooling overkill. It's always to have the ability. Remember, because you can PWM it. So right now we're only running at 40% part cooling. But it's always better to have the ability to do more than be capped, right? Like, what good is something, you know, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So, yeah. Dinner's not here yet. I made bread last night. I haven't baked bread in a while, but I baked 2 loaves last night. Oh, they were so good. So good. I was like going through, I had like a little bit of like whole wheat bread left. So I'm like, oh, I'll make some bread. So I used like the last of the whole wheat bread and then a little bit of all purpose. Nothing fancy. I used honey. I put honey instead of sugar in it. So it's got like a 1/4 cup of honey in it before I mixed it all and everything. It is so good. And I just cooked it in a crock pot that was heated up. The problem is, because it's real bread, it doesn't keep shelf stable as long, because, you know, the bread that you buy at the store isn't real bread, so of course it actually lasts time on the shelf. So the problem is, like, I'm trying to cut down on carbs and sugar in my diet, calorie count. And then it's like, oh, now I got to get rid of these in the next like 3 or 4 days. Shit. So. Throw in the fridge. Yeah, I'm going to throw one in the freezer. Yeast seems to work better. I just use the quick rise instant yeast. Like this only set for like, I mixed it all. I left it on the counter for like 2 or 3 hours. I divided it in half, punched it down, and then just made 2, cooked it twice. So, salt cutting out the gluten. Yeah, but without gluten, bread sucks. Like, I don't know about you. I feel sorry for everyone who has celiac disease because gluten-free shit sucks. I've tried it. It's not good. Like, if you're from a North American background, bread has been part of our staple diet since forever. It's like rice. Instead of rice, we got bread. That's what we got. Family of 3. We don't eat a lot of bread. Same with milk. Like we go get, you know, you go get your, what is it? It's 4 liters of milk. It comes in the bag, right? So you go get your bag of milk at Costco, and you got 3 of the 1 1/4 liter bags, or 1 1/3. So you got what, 4 liters of milk, and half the time, by the time we get to the last bag of milk, it's like starting to go. And it's like, eh. Because I buy a thing of like I buy a thing of like 5% cream I use for my coffee. So I don't use milk in the coffee. So the milk, like, the little guy drinks it, but that's about it. Cereal every now and then. So weird that I can. Okay, it weirds me out when milk doesn't come in a bag. I like my bags of milk. Like, do I gotta educate you Americans? Give me a second. Okay. Okay, there's. Okay. Time for y'all to learn. Hello, Americans. Say hello to my bag of milk. It is milk. It is in a bag. It's got a best before date. You buy these, they come in 3 in a bag. So you get a bag and it's got 3 of these. And it's like 1 1/3 liters. This is good till October 26th. So this is your bag of milk. Now you may be wondering, how is this a thing? Well, what you do is everyone has one of these, and you put the bag of milk in this, and then you just cut the corner off, and then you just pour your milk. That's how milk works. Like, you get this, and you pour your milk into your glass, and you just put this in the fridge. That's how you pour it. You just cut the corner. You just do, and you get milk. That's a glass. No, I don't have glass up here, but yeah, that's how Canadian milk works. So it's really nice. You don't have to worry about like crushing the carton or anything. It's just milk. Yeah, so that's Canadian milk. I don't know. Like, it's nice because when you're done, it's thin plastic, so it takes up no room in your garbage. You don't have to worry about like the plastic, the big containers that take up room. Yeah, like the big jugs of milk, those take up so much room in the fridge. At least like the bags of milk, you just got the little carton up top, and then the little ones, you just kind of put them wherever they fit. How do you reseal it? You don't. You just have that little thing. Usually it doesn't go bad. Like, as long as you use it within the week of opening like the one thing, it's fine. But yeah, that's how milk comes in Canada. Like, you could still get it in cardboard. It's just not that common. Like I get my cream for my coffee, that comes in a cardboard thing, and chocolate milk. You can get bagged chocolate milk, but like normally you just get it like a 2-liter thing. What speeds in Excels? It's whatever the default is in Orca Slicer. We're running it at 150%. So. Is this a step up from the Vorons or different? It's different. It's a different machine. Yeah, like, remember, most of these open source machines, it's not like it's a competition where it's like, oh, this is designed to be better or whatever. Like, this has 4 motors and an all-wheel drive setup and requires like machine components. You can print most of this stuff, I believe, but if you're building a VZBot, most people are buying the CNC parts. But it's just a different design goal, like just different design goal. All we have in Western Canada is jugs and paper. Yeah, Western Canada doesn't get the bags of milk. But then again, it's Western Canada, so there's like 5 of you. Yeah, build the printer you want. Simple as that. Look at it go. Don't forget, if you haven't entered for your chance to win a spool of Polymaker filament, link in the video description. More speed focus. Yeah, the VZBots are more like the fact that it's got, you know, 4 motors for XY motion. So it's core XY, but you know, you replace 2 of the idlers with motors. So you got all-wheel drive, as they call it. And it's designed to have current air cooling by default. We don't obviously have the enclosure on it, but I've got like the fans came with the kit and everything. It's got a CPAP for part cooling, which is again a more robust cooling solution. So it is designed to go faster, but at the advantage or disadvantage of it needs custom machine parts, a more expensive BOM. You're limited in certain design choices and considerations for tool heads. Like every machine has pros and cons. Every machine has pros and cons. Like the fact that this machine needs a top hat that goes another foot above the machine to enclose it is kind of annoying. Versus, you know, a Voron where the entire machine is enclosed from the factory. Like, show the CPAP. It's on the back. Yep. Yeah. So you got this hose there, and then there's the CPAP machine. It's just the motor from the CPAP. There's the controller, and it sucks in air from right there. So it sucks in the air, it goes through the hose, up, and boop, or doom. There you go. There we go. How loud is it? Well, it's on right now. I would say it's loud. It's a loud machine. You've got a CPAP going. I don't have the curtain air coolers, so you're going to have this going on the back for an exhaust fan, if you run an exhaust fan. I probably won't, but... And then you've got 2 of these guys for curtain air cooling, 1 on each side. So this is a loud machine. It's a high-speed CNC. They're going to be loud. Okay, so we got minimum part coolings kicking in here. One caveat with CPAP is lag. It takes 2 seconds to respond. Yeah, so just run it at like a fixed percentage. This was cool. So Prusa XL. This only took a day and a half to print. This took a day and a half with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. So 5 colors, multiple tool changes per layer. And this took a day and a half to print. Versus my mask, which took a day and 8 hours to print with just 2 colors. And it only did tool changes from this to this. The rest was just single color. Oh man, that XL, I need to get one. I did get the email. They finally sent the email saying, "Hey, your pre-order is ready. You can, drop down another 2,300 American plus shipping." Like, ugh. Yep, I need an X. I know. We're on tool changer when? Whenever somebody wants to make one. This thing oozes. Look at that ooze. No wonder why it under extrudes at the start of a print. So this is the downside with a Goliath. That massive melt zone is just full of molten hot plastic. And the moment the print ends, it's just gonna ooze out like that. It's still going. So that means when you go to start your next print, you're gonna under extrude for a bit. Dirdackle, $5. Do it. More than 5. Plus, I'm trying to see if I can work something out for maybe getting it sponsored, maybe. Okay, hey, it looks like a Benchy. Cool. So, question: are we gonna try and go for a sub 30 speed Benchy, or are we gonna just print something like a torture test, like print the me model? I kind of just want to print the me model and see how it prints me, because then we can compare it to the Ultimaker. Speed Benchy. Y'all want your speed Benchy. Freaking speed Benchy. Let's see how long it takes to do me. Well, that took long enough to pop up. Print Nero, but small. Okay, let's see how long it takes to print me. Support, enable support, normal support, auto. How long does it take to print me? Because what time is it? Two hours and 34 minutes to print me. Let's try tree supports. Tree slim. Or organic. Let's try organic. There we go, 2 hours and 47. This actually takes longer. Okay, let's see how it prints me. We want outer brim only. We want a brim on this. And we want 3 skirts. Full height Nero. Well, let's do this scale, and then we'll scale it up. So this is a pretty good torture test model. Upload and print. Okay, so that'll do that. So let's Let's see here. So how big can I go? Let's scale me up. So 385. So if we scale me up to 385 with support, that's the problem. This model needs support. Ooh, the frame rate's chugging when I'm slicing. We're not dropping frames, but we're dropping frame rate. We're slicing a massive model. Well, we don't need camp because there's no, well, for the purge maybe, but there's no probe on this. We're relying on old school, and that looks about right. Ooh, okay. Wow. Really? That's it? So a 385 millimeter tall version of me takes 18 hours. Well, 17 hours and 20 minutes. Really? That's it? And 450 grams of filament. Well, they say go big or go home, so let's go to 395. Because 400 is the max. And you never want to go right to size. Wow, that's a great view. Okay, so now it's slicing it, so we're going to drop frame rate. Which, I'm surprised it drops frame rate, because we're using NVIDIA for encoding. So I don't know why we drop frame rate when I'm slicing. But it is also USB for the ingest. Yeah, it's the USB controllers are getting bogged down. There we go. Oh. Yeah. How does that first layer look? That looks okay. Okay. I mean, it needs a print purge. It does have a purge line. It just needs a bigger one. So yeah, so at 395 millimeters tall, this is 581 grams of filament, and it's an 18-hour print. I'll get that running tonight. This is at 185%, or this is at 150% speed. Yeah, this is still at 150% speed. What color? For the me? I don't know. It would have to be PLA because it's out here. What do I have for PLA out here? I don't know. Polylight. That's all ABSs. Yeah, that's all ABSs. Most of my PLA's inside. I gotta grab a spool of something. Actually, what color is it? Oh, that's purple. Yeah. Yeah, all my PLA's inside. And I can't open air print ABS out here anymore because it's too cold. It was, for a little bit I could open air print ABS out here, but infill percent for the me model. I think it's like 15%. Quality, 2 layer height. What do we got? We got 3 walls, 4 top, 3 bottom, 15% infill grid. And that's for the me. Which takes 18 hours. So I'll get that running tonight. Is this machine still flow limited? Would it be even faster with the liquid cooled hot end extruder? No. All that does is it gives you a cooling. So if you're having issues with cooling, like we're not having any issues with cooling. What water gets you, the advantage with water cooling is you get better cooling in a heated chamber. But we're not going to be pushing those temperatures in here, so it's not really an issue. Liquid cooling steppers? No. Even liquid cooling steppers. You do know stepper motors can run, most good stepper motors can run up to like 100 C. Like, stepper motors can get pretty dang hot before they actually are an issue. Most of the time when people cool their steppers, they're not really doing anything. But if your steppers are running that hot, you're feeding them too much current. Even these steppers are moving these pretty fast. These are 5160 high voltage stepper drivers powering these stepper motors. These are like warm. I can rest my hand on here all day. So if your steppers are getting to the point where you need to actively cool them, either your chamber is screaming hot and get your motors out of the chamber, or you're feeding them way too much current. What do you think the bottleneck? Material sciences. You can only melt and resolidify plastic so fast. And remember, pretty much every current machine has the hardware capabilities to outrun its hot end. Even the Ultimaker, Woody, right? The OG 2011 Ultimaker we built, fully stock, 8-bit Marlin, A4988s, even its original version of Cura from freaking the oldest one we could find from like 2013. That setup can move faster than the hot end can keep up. You can outrun the hot end on pretty much every machine. You're limited by how fast you can melt and re-solidify the plastic. And a lot of those issues you have is down to the plastic itself. Because even if you can melt it fast enough, a lot of plastics, once you start hitting it with that heat too quickly, degrade. You get shitty layer adhesion. You get, bad print quality. You can move faster. We can always move faster, but you're limited to how fast you can melt and solidify plastic and still get the desired result. Speed has never been a problem. These machines moving fast has never been a thing that we've ever had to worry about, because these machines can all move faster than they need to. That's why there's these hyper. Yeah. Like, next time I order some stuff from Polymaker, I'm gonna get their fast PLA if they still have them in stock. So I'll get some of that and a few other, like that seems to be the cool thing. The thing is though, to make filament flow fast, usually you have to add stuff to it, and it's like, what's the downside? What are we sacrificing to get these speeds in terms of the material sciences? It's like, what was it? The white paper that Slice Engineering did for their super duper nozzle, where they had like crazy high flow rates. They are also printing ABS at 300C. Like, when your filament comes out of the nozzle and it's smoking, that's usually not a good sign. You're usually taking a hit somewhere in terms of your materials. The same with the bamboo. Yeah, the bamboo PLA has additives to allow you to flow fast. try to 0.25 Revo at 200 millimeters a second. Also, you're going to get a ton of back pressure on those smaller nozzles too. Like, depends on your melt zone and whatnot. Mostly engineering plastic. Yeah, like if you're playing around with the super, like, the where is it? Like the fire, or what is it? I don't have it out here. It's inside in the dryer. The like the glass filled high temp nylons and whatnot. Yeah, that stuff does not like being printed fast. Any update on the K3 kit? Whenever I get a kit. Whenever Fabrico has kits, I will be getting one. Until that time, I've got no updates. Did some tests on the faster PLA and not much faster. Yeah, I figured. Did you print the main body of your Mando helmet in one piece? Yes. Yeah, the Mando helmet is a one-piece print. The main body of the helmet is. So this is all one piece. This part, and this part were separate pieces. Okay, but the actual main body of it is all one singular piece. And this is the stock size for the helmet. It's the Paz Vizsla Galactic Armory helmet. It just barely fit on my my 300 B2. What's the best cleaner? I like Simple Green. Any sort of light degreaser will work. Any sort of light degreaser will work. So I like to use Simple Green. Does the helmet fan work? Yes, it kept me from fogging up. I had no fog up issues during the whole event. So ABS or PLA? Oh, for the helmet? The helmet, everything on the helmet, or everything on the whole Mando suit is ABS or ASA. This is PLA. This is it Jesse? It's Jesse. Jesse pink PLA. Also, I like you just get a C920 and it just voila. Print cam. Easy peasy. When the stream's over, I'm just gonna unplug this camera from the computer and just plug it into the Raspberry Pi, and that's how I'm gonna monitor all the prints on this over the next couple days. I'm just gonna use this camera. I'm just gonna leave it. There we go. Done. Let's go. Off to the races. Actually, oh, I got this one instead. Use the AverMedia one. Here, the BD sensor by Panda Pi, sort of like Beacon. It doesn't require that movement for bad mesh. I expect a bunch of eddy current sensors coming out. Now that Beacon is kind of the new thing, expect a ton of Beacon-like probes to come out because it's an eddy sensor. It's a known current. You can buy all the stuff to make a Beacon off the shelf. There's nothing proprietary to a Beacon except for the firmware, I believe. It's an eddy current sensor. It's like an inductive probe. Right? It's just a type of sensor. So expect a bunch of I expect a bunch of Beacon-esque probes to be coming into the market over the next little bit. Beacon or clicky? Personally, I'm a fan of nozzle probing the true print surface. The reason for that is this will work. There we go. Okay. Actually, let me not use that. We'll use this one. Okay. So, you've got your print bed. Okay. Look, it's a print bed. Okay. This one's from Fabrico. So we got two sides on here. We got the smooth side. We got the texture side. Personally, I'm a fan of texture. That's just me. Rip for her pleasure. So the thing is, though, when you're using an eddy current sensor or an inductive probe, you're not measuring your print surface. Okay, you're measuring off of the steel. Okay, You're measuring off of the actual steel of the spring steel. So that's okay, but you're not actually measuring your print surface. So on the textured side, what if the texturing is uneven and it's slightly thicker on this side versus this side, right? The gun was on an angle when it sprayed it on, or it dried slightly on an angle. What if it's not, you know, perfectly even? Well, the probe doesn't know that. The probe only knows what it measures, and it's measuring steel underneath. So especially if you're like, you know, me, who have a bunch of beds that were, you used to roll your own, where you get the spring steel, you put down your adhesive, you put that sheet of M468P down, and then you roll on a thing of PI. You might not have a perfectly flat surface to work with. And when you probe the bed, you're not probing your print surface, you're probing the metal underneath it. So if you probe the print surface, you have a better first layer on paper. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you are probing the actual surface you are putting plastic on, it is better than not probing it. So I prefer nozzle probe. Now, granted, clicky, let's be honest, is as good as tap. In terms of functionality, the end result, clicky and tap, same thing. You're measuring the actual print surface, okay, with a physical probe. Tap is more simple than clicky, and I like simple. And thermal drift. Well, thermal drift isn't an issue if you use the same routine. So if you always do that 10-minute heat soak every time you start a print up, you shouldn't have thermal drift, because you're always doing your samples at the same temperature, right? Because and it's not the bed. It's as the temperature, as the probe heats up, as your inductive probe heats up, its sense distance changes. So as long as you always do the measuring at the same temperature, there's no drift to worry about. But yeah, clicky is nice, but it's macro hell to set up. There's all kinds of macros to get everything set up for it. The docking, the undocking, the probe can fall off, versus tap, where it just literally goes boop, and it just works. Also, the advantage with tap, if you have a print that's curling, the nozzle just bumps over it. It just goes over it, and it's kind of cool. So it is nice to have. So yeah, personally, I prefer tap over clicky, but I prefer any sort of actual physical bed probing over contactless. But that's just me. That is just me. Tool head can fall off. I have never had a tool head fall off with tap. About BL Touch. I own a BL Touch. I bought a legit BL Touch 5 years ago when I built my first Voron, and it lived on that printer for a week, and then I took it off, and I went to a rigid bed mounting solution. Basically just like this, where I had a single end stop, and I manually adjusted my bed, and I had better results with that than I did with BL Touch. Tap is all, yeah, with tap, you can home your printer on your hand, and I've done it. Just make sure that it's not on. Quick draw is like clicky, but easier. Yeah, it gets out of the way. Quick draw, I think, was clicky for like the switch wire or something, wasn't it? BL Touch. Also, the problem with BL Touch is the heat. The temperatures you get in an enclosed Voron will actually like kill a BL Touch eventually. They don't last as long with heat. Is that it's so slow? That too, it's slow. Well, here's the thing too. I know people are like, oh, Beacon's so fast, you can get 10,000 points on your bed in a second. Okay, I don't even run a mesh on half my beds because they're mic 6 and they're flat. So that's okay. So okay, cool. And then also, I'm not doing a bed mesh every print. The ones that have bed meshes have them saved. You save the bed mesh, and then you just do a tram or whatever to make sure everything's squared up, and you go. You don't need to run a bed mesh every time. So being able to scan the 4 corners quicker does nothing for me. Again, a 12-hour print. Oh no, I saved 30 seconds on the startup time. Yay. The advantage with Beacon is Beacon on something like a bed flinger or something where you're a printer where you're changing bed surfaces often. Maybe. It has its purpose. Larger machines. If you were running like a really big machine, like the Orange Storm Giga, this would make a lot of sense to have something like a Beacon. Something like a 250 Boron, it depends. Remember, not everything is for everyone. And it doesn't have to be. It's okay. Put Beacon on my Boron PC. There are a few people that have put bed probes on V0s. But also, if you can't manually level the bed on a V0, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why even? Yeah, exactly, Terrakash. I just save the mesh and just I'll rerun a mesh every now and then just to make sure it's updated, just in case, you know, I think I have a bed going or something. But for the most part, like, once you have the bed mesh, you have the bed mesh. It doesn't really change too much. I don't know. Do I have ZHop enabled on this? I don't think I do. Why not use an electromagnet in a smart housing with a click switch to lower retract it? HD, several reasons. One, do that using commercial off-the-shelf items. Okay, that's usually how it goes with Voron, is everything has to be commercial off-the-shelf. No custom stuff. But even then, does the cost, weight, and performance outweigh existing setups? Like, that's basically a BL touch. That's basically a BL touch, what you described. Replace the optical sensor, the BL touch with a click switch. The optical will be more accurate. Even tap, the quote best version of tap uses the optical sensor. BL touches Hall. Yeah, Hall's good. Hall's fine. Hall effects what I use on the XY on my on V226 and up until recently Tallboy, because it's Hall affected. Where's my Hall effect sensors? I gotta find where I put my Hall effect sensors. But yeah, it's you need consistency. You need consistency. It's a bed probe. It needs to always work. If it doesn't work, you're gonna have a bad time. So it needs to be consistent. It needs to be reliable. It needs to be simple, and it needs to be robust. Hall effects also senses Hall. Okay, the BL touch doesn't sense the bed. The little probe that comes out when it touches the bed, it shoots up and that triggers it. So the BL touch it has a Hall sensor, but it measures the actual bed surface. So. Hello, how to contact you? I want to cooperate with you to promote. Be gone, bot. I think that looked legit. Oh man. Ever since I hit 50,000 subs on the channel, which we're at 54,401, the amount of like bullshit bot like emails and whatnot I get has just increased like dramatically. I mean, this seems like a long time to watch you glue gun plastic. I mean, I built an entire career out of fluorified hot glue guns splooging molten plastic, let's be honest. Love my beacon, but the USB wire doesn't last long on chains. Maybe better on umbilical. Ooh, yeah. If anything, you would want to plug it into a CAN bus board or a USB tool head board, which USB tool boards, in my opinion, like, it's okay to have a USB tool head board. CAN bus is good. The USB is also fine. You're starting to see people come out with those. But yeah, you would really want to plug a beacon into a tool head board instead of having it. Oh wait, no, it does have to plug into the Pi, doesn't it? It has to. Doesn't the beacon have to plug into the Pi directly? I think. LDO is about to release a USB toolhead. Yep. Yeah, USB toolhead boards are fine. Yeah, you got to run power to them. But what's today's print? We're printing me. And then we're going to print an even bigger me. Are we water cooled? No, we are not water. These printers live in my garage, which is currently not heated or insulated fully. I still got to insulate the ceiling, and I don't have any heat out here. Winter is coming. Shit gets cold. I live in Canada, eh? So, yeah, no water cooling. I mean, technically, it's getting warmer in here. It was 15, now it's 18. Ooh, what's that? Oh, that's a light bulb. Do I want soup tonight? Soup. I don't know. Maybe I want soup. Still got turkey soup frozen. I gotta eat up. Probably eat that up tonight. I have a bunch of heaters. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it is getting slightly warmer in here. Make soup on the VZBot. I don't know if this will... Here, let me... I don't know if that'll actually melt it. Okay, so let's see. So I got my soup. I've got my thing of I've got my frozen chicken noodle soup. See the frost coming off it. So I got my frozen chicken noodle soup. So if we put this right there, that'll melt, hopefully. There we go. So that'll melt. Or start to melt at least. Defrost. Most of yeah, if you want to know where I live in Canada, look at the map of Canada and just start looking south. And when you run out of Canada, there I am. I'm in that general area. It was a joke. Well, too late now. I mean, I'm defrosting my dinner. You want to make a funny joke? We're making a funny joke. Defrosting dinner. How far from the river? Down, down, down. It's in a van by the river. But for those wondering, like, why it's like a joke, oh, you live, you know, south in Canada. What is it like? Yeah. There you go. Half of Canada lives south of this line. And let's be honest, the majority of them are here. You got your Windsor, Toronto, Montreal, Quebec, Ottawa corridor. Pretty much the majority of Canadians live like here. Because it's up here, cold as shit. I've been up there. It's cold. Okay, I gotta move this. It's gonna hit the tool head. Put that back in the freezer. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have soup tonight. I'm gonna leave that out. Or at least tomorrow. The 401 corridor, pretty much. Sault Ste. Marie. Where's, no, not near Sault Ste. Marie. We had frost. Yesterday we had frost, which really sucked because I didn't realize we had a frost until, you know, you're rushing to get the little guy to school. So it's like you get out of the house and it's like, shit, the car is covered in frost. You got to find where, okay, where did I put my, my scraper? Oh, it's in the garage. Got to go find it. Got to scrape it all. Okay. Oh, we're good finally. I can finally see. Let's go. All right. 1 second. I'll be back in a second. I just got to check on something. I've returned. %21% done. Let's see. Did I keep checking the cocoa press to see where it's at? Where is my cocoa press? On the way. It is. It's in, okay, it left Philadelphia yesterday. That's all I got for updates. Left Philadelphia yesterday. Cocoa press? Yeah, cocoa press. Well, LDO, well, it is an LDO kit. LDO is the manufacturer of the kit for cocoa press. So I'm buying it from cocoa press directly, but it is an LDX kit. Well, it's saying estimated arrival tomorrow, so. Have I decided? I haven't picked the colors yet. I don't know what colors I want to do yet. So, well, I wouldn't say it's a modded. It kind of, the current iteration of the cocoa press started as the modded V0, although now it's its own thing. JP Gray, I hate chocolate Sonata. I'm not, okay, I have like a, I'm not a huge fan of chocolate, Like, I will eat chocolate if given chocolate, but I don't like buy chocolate. Like, I don't go out of my way to buy chocolate, but somebody's like, here, you want some chocolate? I'll have it. Not a fan of like dark chocolate. I could do like Hershey's chocolate, milk chocolate, whatnot. The Cocoa Press chocolate is really good though. The Cocoa Press chocolate, I will say, is pretty dang good chocolate. So. Hershey's. Well, I just mean like milk chocolate. Like, I can't do like dark chocolate. And then, of course, you fill it with caramel and you put some, Himalayan pink salt on it. The texture. It does, honestly. Like, if you've ever had an Aero bar, eating Cocoa Press chocolate, it's like an Aero bar because it's very airy because of the infill. So that I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of production units shipped out yesterday. You could try cheese. Well, here's the thing. The tubes are reusable. So if you don't believe I'm going to milk that shit for all the content I can on shorts and other stupid gamified, meme shit on my channel, you are wrong. There is going to be a whole series on this channel now called Will It Print? And if anyone steals that, I'm going to be very angry and do Twitter angry at you. But you best. We're going to be using that shit for all the content. Fucking cost me $1,500 US. I got to justify that bitch somehow. I paid for it. It ain't sponsored. I need to justify it. It needs to be justified. You probably could do a cheese. There probably is a cheese you could do. Because the way it works, okay, let's pull it up here. The way it works is you have a tube, okay? There's a tube here. Where is it? Stop that. So you get the cores. Okay, so you buy the cores. This is how the chocolate comes. And you take the core, you put it with a plunger, and you put it in the tube. Where is the tube? Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so you put it in here, you put your chocolate in there, you put the plunger, you screw it in, and then there is a motor with a lead screw that pushes it down. That's how you control the flow. So and there's the nozzle. So 0.8 and a 1.6. So basically, if it fits in the tube, you can extrude it. Andrew Rogers, $5 for the extrude all the extrude fun. Cheers. So you do have the option of milk cocoa, dark cocoa, and white cocoa now. It comes with milk and dark, and then I bought more milk. I think these are like 10 cores. Yeah. Ooh, that price went up. Thank God I bought it early. Oh yeah, there's the DIY kit. Yeah, there you go. So you get the press, you get all the tools you need except for a soldering iron, which is used for the heat sets, but it does come with the heat sets. Cleaning tool set, 3 built silicone baking sheets, 10 plungers, 1 cartridge body, so that's the tube. 2 nozzles, 1 of each size, 1 extruder thumb screw, 4 bed screws, 10 chocolate cores, 5 milk chocolate cores, 5 white chocolate. So yeah, we're gonna. I should have bought an extra tube. But yeah, the whole thing is, yeah, we're gonna see what prints. Because you could try. I'd love to try peanut butter. Peanut butter would probably, like, if you get like a, I don't know, maybe a peanut butter might work. For cake bakers. Anyone, well, here's the thing. Anyone that needs anything custom. So imagine like you're doing a wedding and you every table has a cake or whatever, or it's like a birthday party. You can do little name tags for everyone in chocolate, right? Like there is markets for this. So peanut butter wouldn't harden. Yeah, but peanut butter kind of slumps, right? So you probably could make something out of peanut butter, and then you just throw it in the dishwasher after. Yeah, but you could still extrude it. Chocolate milks or Michael's. Yeah, you can get like the chocolate from Cocoa Press that you buy from Cocoa Press is specifically formulated for this. So while you technically can use any chocolate in here, for best results, you probably want to use the chocolate that's actually, you know, formulated for the Cocoa Press. They actually like spoke with a company that makes chocolate to specifically get a formula that works for this. I think this is the original, I think. Yeah, I think this was the original prototype. Yeah. That was at Murph last year. So this is the original Cocoa Press, which if you saw the LTT video, way back in the day, which is where I first actually heard about Cocoa Press, was this original one. But then they went and made this, and then was refined into the current one. So, but yeah. So I've been trying to tell her, once everything's kind of stabilized, in terms of, because right now they're probably crazy busy, but to sell the actual chocolate extruding tool head as its own thing and let people build custom machines down the line. Because that's the expense. Like when you look at it, $1,500 for a V0, why is that so much? Food grade parts. There are custom machine parts for the extruding of the chocolate. That's also food grade. And once you start talking food grade and custom machine parts, price goes up. And then of course you also need to make money on it. So need to mess around with cocoa butter. That is part of how the chocolate works, is the specific formula, like the specific way the current chocolate is made. Where the Cocoa Press is what makes it work good. Also, there's where the rep box is. So you're wondering where I moved that rep box from, because I used to have it downstairs. That's where it's at now. Caramel chocolate dual extruder. I need to find a caramel that doesn't melt. Like, because to get caramel flowing, you need to heat it up. But I need a caramel that will flow, that won't melt chocolate. Because we need to do some caramel filled Benchies. So I figure if you pause it before you do the top layer, you can fill the infill with caramel. I just need a caramel that I can, like, with like a pipette or something, I can like. Here's caramel. An index with the syringe tool had the inject filling. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to inject like molten caramel into something and then it melts. Caramel squares. You could do that. You can get like shaped caramel and then just put it in after, but it's not the same. Jelly in it. I could do. So I'm in Canada, so I would do maple syrup in one. We need to talk to you, so your cake decorating way. All the fondant. What are we at right now? 1 o'clock. Oh man, we still got time. Yeah, I should have got an extra tube for it. Shoot, I'm just realizing that now. Ellie, if you're watching. Ah, shoot, it already shipped. Shit. They're like, more tubes. I need more tubes. Frozen maple syrup? You can do that. I'm not a huge fan of them, though. Press XL 5-head version. I am so looking forward to that. I'm so happy it's shipped. Use the stuff they sell for ice cream, frozen yogurt topping. It's pretty liquid at room temp. That's true. I could just get like caramel. Yeah, it wouldn't be the same though. But yeah, you could do that. Loose filled Benchies. Friday Cocoa Stream. Well, this Friday is the community contest, so make sure you enter. If you haven't entered for the community challenge yet, make sure you enter. So that's this Friday's community challenge. So maybe Saturday we'll go through the box and we'll pick the colors and whatnot, unless the stuff for Big Tree Tech finally shows up, which it's on its way. We're just waiting on it. Smoke and Joe, thank you for coming, remember. Cheers. Although, actually, if it shows up, we'll do it Thursday. So if you're a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, if it shows up tomorrow, which that's what UPS say, and it's when it shows up, we'll see. Canada Customs might hold it. We'll see. Maybe we'll take a look at the kit on the Thursday member stream. So, cookies and cream. I wouldn't want to do white. White, I think, I would want a color that would hide chocolate smudges. White is probably not the great color for that. Smoke and Joe, get the 5 community membership. Cheers. Appreciate it. Let me turn the text off there. There we go. Need to get it colder, I can put it outside. I mean, it's 18 Celsius in my garage right now. And that machine will probably live in this garage. So, at least till summer. Summer, it'll get too hot. All the chocolate will melt. Why is my printer oozing? All my chocolate's melting. Oh. That'll do it. Although I need to make what I need to make. Ellie had them at, was it Murph last year? They're chocolate bombs. So, you know, like a bath bomb, but with chocolate, with hot chocolate mix on the inside with marshmallows. So you print a little ball out of chocolate. And before it, you pause it like halfway through and you put cocoa powder in there, hot chocolate powder, and like marshmallows, and then you print the rest of it. And then you take that and you drop it in a thing of hot water and milk, and then you make hot chocolate. Yeah, hot chocolate bombs. So I need to make some of those for the wifey. Luke, cheers. Appreciate it. Caramel infill. Ooh. What's the print? We're printing me. It's actually a version. It's a model of me, and then after this is done, we are going to try and print one that is full size. Well, 300. We got 400 millimeters of Z. We're going to print me at 395 scale with a bunch of support. So I'll swap out to a big full spool filament, and we'll let me print at scale is this. 265% scale. Music's on, it's just quiet. I could turn it up. In the printer, you have to rely on just print, or do you have nozzle wiping? I don't have a nozzle wipe on this machine. Being attacked by the blob. The blob. That movie scared the crap out of me as a kid. I remember the like the 80s blob, not like the black and white one, but like the remake. I remember, I can't remember who it was, but like one day my parents had to go. This is back when I was a wee little tailor. My parents had to go somewhere, so they like dropped me off at like a coworker's house or something. It was somebody who I had never met before, and they were watching me. And their kid had a Sega Genesis, so we were playing Sonic on the Sega Genesis. And they had the blob playing on like the living room TV downstairs. And that was like the first time I'd ever seen like an actual like horror movie, and I didn't know what was going on. How old was I? How old was I? Sonic 1. So this was in 90, this would have been 92 or 93. I was young. I was like 4 or 5. And yeah, that scared the crap out of me when I was a kid, because I didn't know what was going on. I was like, oh, it's a movie. What's this? Oh my God. Tremors being one. Tremors isn't really, I know Tremors is like a horror, but it's not really a horror. It's like a dramatic action movie. I wouldn't call Tremors a horror movie. It's a monster movie. It's a monster movie. You're the youngin'. Yeah, I'm only 35. Build up. No, there's no build up on the nozzle. There's no build up on the nozzle. Like, it's oozing when it finishes a print, but that's just the way it's set up. Evil Dead at friend's house, and that real Evil Dead? Okay, to be fair, the first Evil Dead, yeah. The first Evil Dead I could see. Halfway to 70. Don't mention, don't say that. Halfway to 70. Ugh. No. Just no. Ugh. Ugh. Halfway to 30 or 70. Ugh. Makes you feel like 56 in 4 weeks. Ugh. Ugh. We're all getting old. It sucks. Yeah, this is with Orca Slicer. Also, remember, this machine doesn't have pressure advance tuned at all, or input shaper. It's fully stock. Like, basically, anytime I build a machine like this, the way I like to do it, I build it open air. I don't enclose it yet. I don't run input shaper on it yet. I don't do pressure. Basically, I get the machine up and running, and I print on it for a bit, and then I go through and do all the final tuning and everything. So I basically get it up, I get it running, I make sure everything's good on it, I get some miles on it, then I go through after like everything's kind of broken in and like settled, and then finalize it all. So for this one, I don't want to enclose it yet because I've never built a VZBot before. All the wiring's done by hand. I don't know how everything is, and it's a lot easier to tweak and adjust stuff when it's not enclosed. So we're waiting on that. Plus, I don't have anywhere to put it yet. Thought I was younger. Just look at that. Yeah, younger. I wish. Ooh. Do you agree to share the Orca Slicer profile with the community? Zarp, you know what? I'll do you one better. With that, I have now taken the profile that I'm using, and it is now baked into every off-the-shelf version of the current version of Orca Slicer. So if you download Orca Slicer now, through that magic I've just done, this machine already has a profile. And if you load that stock profile, then you too will have the same profile I have right now. I'm just running the stock VZBot profile on Orca Slicer. I haven't changed anything. The only thing I've done is drop the fan to 40%. So it's not crazy loud. Oh, and I changed it from... Or no, it's still a 0.4 nozzle. Still a 0.4 nozzle. So yeah, I haven't changed anything. It's the stock profile. All I've done was drop the fan to 40%. Comes with a point. It comes with a Goliath hot end kit, and the kit comes with a 0.4 nozzle default. So change the nozzle. No, I'm gonna leave the 0.4 in. I gotta find my CHTs. I have a Bontex sent me like the sample pack of CHTs back in the day when they first came out, and I don't know where I put the box. I gotta find it. Can we try to go faster? I mean, we're running at whatever stock is 150% of stock. I can bump it up to 200. Also, this is PLA, which doesn't flow as fast as ABS. So whatever the stock profile is, 200% of that is what we're running. Like the times where you actually tuned a profile by yourself. You don't really need to a lot anymore. Like, it really depends on what you're doing. It really depends on what you're doing. Like, fun fact, the V0 we built was the absolute bone stock bamboo slicer profile for a bamboo. Literally, just take the X1 profile for ABS. All I did was change it to the wall setting to like 4 walls, 5 top, 5 bottom, 40% infill, and I forced a 0.4 nozzle diameter. I left the speeds and feeds exactly the same. And I ran everything at 50% speed. And that's it. And all the parts printed beautifully. Most of these new machines I build, I just use the default Orca. Even like some of the Vorons I use now, I just use the default Orca Slicer profile with a few little minor tweaks, nothing major. And that's just, you know, for personal preference on fitment. When you were a kid, you wanted to be a comedian, right? No. I don't think I'm funny at all. I might have the odd quip where I luck out, but I am super serial. This will probably end up getting a 0.6 nozzle, though. I probably will put a 0.6 CHT in here. For a machine this size, I don't think I'd want to go bigger, but I'd still want to keep like the detail. But a 0.6 nozzle, yeah. What do I want to be? I don't know. I was a kid. I wanted to be an astronaut. And then I just wanted a job that paid well, and now I'm a YouTuber. What do I want to be? I wanted to have somebody where my dreams actually came true instead of the soul-crushing grind of, oh, great, I got a mortgage. What time are we at anyways? At 1:20. Welcome to life. Yeah. Pay off all your debts and hopefully enjoy a couple years of not having to worry about it while you're frail and old and then keel over and die. That's life. Just realizing I have like a failed plate of parts on the Trident here that have been on it for like weeks. I gotta take the whole extruder apart on it. There's something not tight. Type drop MP3. When you're printing a link part, print one of the front parts by itself and test the fit. You may need to print the looser or tighter parts. Okay. Want money to not starve. Yeah, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice, you know. Ooh. I think we may end up wrapping up the stream a little earlier than normal today. Might wrap it up around 1:30. Because pretty much this is what I wanted to get doing, is get it printing. And it's printing, so we're good there. So might call it a little early. Because we're just watching it print. That way I can make some lunch before I pick up the little guy from school. Any plans to put bed probe on this? I'm gonna leave it stock for now. If I do put a bed probe on in the future, I would like to try a beacon on it. This machine can do a beacon. I was actually originally going to put a beacon on the rat rig, but the problem with the rat rig is it's got the segmented magnets in the bed. It's got individual magnets in the bed, so I wouldn't be able to probe the whole bed. And at that point, what's the point of beacon? Like, either you probe the whole bed really fast, or it's just a normal probe at that point. So also, it's a 200mm bed. You know. So on this one, if I might see if I can get a beacon for it. We'll see. When does Calvin start school? When he's older. Does random person on the internet need to know my kid's schedule? Nope. It's getting there. There is some artifacting in the surface, like almost like a ripple. Like, I don't know if it's the filament is just not handling the extrusion rate or what. It already has a cooling duct made for the bacon. Nice. For the bacon probe. Bacon. Yeah, it would just mount up underneath, and then you just need to run more wires. Place on the tool head chain on the SEO6. I'm worried it's going to knock into a print. What you could do is just get like a little, like a key retainer or something to pull it up out of the way. Just something to kind of just like physically keep it up. Or you could do like the Prusa thing where you get like, I think they use nylon. They use like nylon filament or something. Just run some things of filament in the loom to just stiffen it up so it doesn't droop. There's a few things you can do. There's a printable cable spine. It's great. The only concern I have is anytime I see, and this is okay. Let me pull it back. ANET fire. Let's go back to the good old fashioned ANET fires. Okay. Every time I see one of these, okay, I don't like anything printed containing wires. Okay, because every time I see these, What is this? What is this? Hey, what's this? A printed drag chain with wires that aren't designed to be in a drag chain. That's what I think caused a lot of these old fires, where these wires are just PVC wires. Like, they're just regular wires. Stuffing them in a drag chain causes issues. And then drag chain catch fire, but it's not fire rated. Unless you, like, now granted, if you happen to have some, you know, fire rated polycarbonate, go right ahead. I have some right here. But yeah. So yeah, we're gonna do the draw at 1:30 today. So you got 2 minutes to enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. So if you haven't done that, do it now. And then if you even if you have done it, why not check the, you know, go down, read the description, make sure you like that smash button, check out some of the links there, affiliate links. Don't cost you anything extra, go a long way supporting the channel. Also, while you're down there as well, check out print3dshop.org, link in the description. They're the ones who provided me this kit to build. It's not an affiliate link for them, just a link to their website. So check them out as well, because they were kind enough to send me this kit to build. All 3D printers need a smoke alarm. No. I would say no, because you should just have a smoke alarm in the room. Like, it'd be like any other heating element. You put smoke alarms where you need them. And if you have printers, you need them in the print room. Simple as that. You don't need one for every printer. Now, if you're paranoid about your printer catching fire and you have fire suppression built into your printer, why the heck are you running it in your house to begin with? I don't know about you, but if I had a thing where if it caught fire, I had to rely on a built-in fire suppression device to put it out, that thing wouldn't be in my house. Okay? It's nice to be, you know, precautionary, but don't rely on it. Like, that's just sketchy. That's just, I don't run anything in my house I don't feel confident. Like, if I don't think it's safe, I'm not running it in my house. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I want a cloud from Earth, just suppression pot. Yeah, there's all those things, and I'm not like trying to discourage their use, but I'm just saying, like, if I was that worried about something catching fire in my house, it would not be in my house anyways. It's like a stove. Would you buy a stove or a kettle or a toaster or a microwave if they came with a fire suppression puck that you installed above it? No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, that shit's unsafe. I'm not putting that in my house. So, okay, you guys want to do a giveaway? Let's do a giveaway. Yeah, like pretty much all the printers I use regularly are printers I built and I trust, or they're commercial machines that if a commercial, and you know, I don't do ANETs on this channel. So most of the commercial machines I take a look at are machines I kind of trust already. And anything sketchy I don't run by itself. There's a reason a lot of the printers that I do an unbox and chill stream with end up just kind of chilling. And don't get, you know, rolled into regular use. Okay, you're ready. Dan, you're ready to win the giveaway? Well, good luck. I need a number between, I don't know, 7 and 14. I need a number between 7 and 14. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, the computer knows. It's going to be right here. It's going to be right on this line. Right there, right there, right there. Nope, no, it's not. Well, in that case, congratulations, Coffee Squirrel. Congratulations, Coffee Squirrel. You have won yourself a spool of filament as long as you answer the skill testing question, right? You did. So congratulations. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So everyone, golf claps in chat for Coffee Squirrel. Yes, yes, Coffee Squirrel. Congrats. Yay. Okay, so I'm gonna let the print finish, and then I'll post pictures of it on the Twitters and the Discord and all that. And then what I'll do is I'll fire up a the full size print later tonight. Yeah, I got it here. Yeah. So yeah, and then that will be it. So if all goes well, there won't be a VZBot build stream for a little bit. I'm gonna shelve this, and by shelve it I mean I'm gonna put it on the shelf and print with it for a bit, get some print hours on it, make sure everything's working good, do some wire management, make it look all pretty and clean, and then we'll revisit it, you know, to put the enclosure on it at a future date. We're gonna do some hopefully Cocoa Press Tuesdays for a bit. So yeah, so everything's working good so far. Just, you know, get some hours on it, make sure it's good. So we're gonna call it there, I think. So shout out again to print3dshop.org. Link for them in the video description. They're the ones that provided me this kit for this build series. It is a mellow kit. So be sure to check them out, link in the description. Also, Polymaker will give away a spool of their filament every stream. So link for them and more, video description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. Also, shout out to those anyone that gifted memberships to the channel, became members of the channel yourself, or just donated to the channel, but not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. Tomorrow, it may start a little bit early or late. It may start or end a little earlier or later too. But there will be a game stream on the Twitch channel. And then Friday we'll have the community contest. So if you haven't entered yet, you still have time to enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament and only Benchy's merch. Go join the Discord, link in the description. Any cosplay prop, anything that fits that basic description, enter it. It's 3D printed. You can win some stuff. It's always cool. So we're gonna call it there. Also, don't forget Thursday members only live stream. I don't know what time, probably around 11 or noon. Same time, same bat channel. And pay attention for links for that. So we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go make some lunch. I'm hungry. When this print's done, I'll post pictures of it on the Discord and Twitters. And yeah, if you're not sub to the channel, sub. And also, if you're watching this in the future, leave a comment. Let me know what you had for lunch. We're calling it there. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. I will see you tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, depending on what you care about and what content you enjoy and how you support the channel. Is that about it? That's about it. Did I forget anything? No? We're good? We're good? We're good. We're good? We're good. Drink your Ovaltine.